Is now a good time for your spouse to file for you for a green card? After all, we see what's happening under this new Trump administration. Should you take the risk and have your spouse file for you? Let's talk about it, guys. I'm Latoya McBean Pompey, an immigration lawyer in New York, working with clients nationwide at McBean Law. Reach out to us so that we could take a look at your immigration case and see how we might be able to assist you. Also, do me the favor today and subscribe to this channel before you go and hit that notification bell so that you'll be the first to get notice of these videos each week. Now let's talk about this issue of having your spouse file for you during these tumultuous days under the Trump administration. First of all, I understand why you might be concerned about it, right? You see what's happening. You see that the Trump administration is very aggressive with immigration. You see that they have plans for a mass deportation of individuals. You see all sorts of crazy things happening each day with immigration on TikTok and YouTube and other places. So you're concerned, and rightfully so. But should you not apply for a green card through your spouse? The short answer is it depends. It depends on your background and your facts. Are you and your spouse ready to start the journey to secure a marriage-based green card in 2025? Before you file, it's essential to understand the critical steps that can make or break your case. The updated Tips for Marriage-Based Green Card in 2025 guide is here to help you navigate this process smoothly and avoid costly mistakes. This guide covers everything you need to know, including knowing your immigration and criminal history and preparing for stricter scrutiny under the Trump administration. Don't leave your future to chance. Review the guide before you file and work with a trusted immigration professional to ensure that your application is as strong as possible. Download your free guide today. Firstly, do you have a criminal record? If so, what is on your record? Is it a theft offense? Is it a drug offense? Is it a domestic violence offense? Is it a fraud offense? Can you be deported based on the offense that is on your record? Were you convicted of anything? These are the types of questions that you should be asking yourself, and that we would also be asking if we were looking at your case and considering whether you should apply now or not. So first of all, if you do not have an offense on your record that would make you removable or subject to mandatory detention, like a theft-related offense under the new Lake and Riley Act, which would subject an individual to mandatory detention without the possibility of getting a bond to get back into the community, into your home, and live your life while you're going through an immigration process. No, if you are subject to mandatory detention or possibly being removed from the United States, you should take a step back and reconsider whether now is a good time to file. But again, get the advice of a professional licensed attorney who understands these issues very well before you make your decision. Number two, do you have maybe an offense on your record, a criminal offense on your record that might not get you deported because it's not that serious, but you do have something? Or perhaps you're concerned because you have tax problems or you haven't paid taxes over the years. These are things that can be resolved, guys. These are things that can be explained during the green card process. So work with a professional, again, if you have anything like those going on. Number three, is your spouse a U.S. citizen or a green card holder? It makes a huge difference, guys. If your spouse is a U.S. citizen and you entered the United States with a visa and you've overstayed that visa, you could adjust your status and get a green card right here without having to go back home. But if your spouse is a green card holder and you've overstayed your visa, well, you will not be able to adjust your status through your spouse. It's a lengthier, complex process that involves a waiver, and then it involves you going back home for an embassy interview. So the status of your spouse makes a big difference with this decision about whether to apply now or wait. If your spouse has a green card, it's easier for some people to simply wait until he or she becomes a U.S. citizen so that you could become eligible to adjust your status. The next question that I want you to consider is, how did you enter into America? How did you gain entry? Was it lawfully with your visa, or was it illegally without any forms of inspection? Or perhaps you entered illegally through the border during the Biden years, or maybe even before President Biden took office. How did you enter? Because if you have illegal entry on your record, you're going to encounter a major roadblock to getting a green card here in the U.S. The government will not allow you to adjust your status and get your status fixed through your spouse. They will require you to go to an embassy to leave America and finish the process abroad. But if you have lawful entry and you have proof of the lawful entry, well, you could adjust your status. So these are the issues that need to be sorted out, guys. Whether you have a criminal record, is it a serious criminal record? Whether your spouse is a citizen or a green card holder, and also how did you enter the U.S., whether you have illegal entry or legal entry on your record. Once those issues have been dealt with, then the next issue is what's going on with this political climate that we're in under this Trump administration. Will I be detained and then maybe deported during my green card process? The answer is no, you will not be deported during the green card process, provided that you do not have a deportable conviction or offense on your record. You will be given the opportunity to finish your green card process in America through your spouse. You might also be asking yourself, well, is it possible for me to be detained at a green card interview with my spouse? For most people, no, they will not be detained at a green card interview. Individuals who can be detained at the green card interview are individuals who potentially already have a removal order, or individuals who have a serious criminal record and the government wants to detain them right away. But for most people who are going through the marriage green card process, they're not in any of those situations. Now, here's what you can expect over the next 4 years under the Trump administration when you're going through a marriage green card case. Number one, you can expect more vetting and scrutiny of your application. They're going to make it more burdensome on individuals. They will be asking for a lot more evidence, and they will really be drilling down on everything that goes onto the pages of your applications. Number two, you can expect an interview. They waived a lot of interview during the Biden years. We're expecting that the Trump administration will not be that generous. Number three, you could expect there to be more denials because they're going to limit the amount of requests for evidence and notice of intent to denies, which would have given you an opportunity to cure some of the problems that they have with your case. So we're expecting that denials will go up, like how it did go up under the first Trump term. Those are the big policy changes that you should consider as you're thinking about applying for a green card through your spouse. So it's really critical, guys, that you get it done right. Work with a professional to work on your marriage green card case. If you need some encouragement, jump over to McBeanlaw.com/success. We have a lot of success stories about our marriage cases, from the straightforward cases to the very, very complex marriage cases. They're on our website. Contact us to talk about your case. We'd be more than happy to work with you on your marriage green card case. I hope you found this video helpful. Comment below, share your thoughts, and guys, I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.